What's up, guys? Welcome to another Field Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to go through another point of sale training. Tanner is with a gentleman in the house in kind of a unique situation. The gentleman is 87 years old, healthy as all can be, but he had a policy for a long period of time with an insurance company, and something happened. I don't know if it was financial or whatever, but they ended up doing a reduced paid up permanent policy on the policy that he had had for 20 years. And now here he is, he's 87 years old, and he's looking to try to get more coverage. So Tanner calls me because he had never come across something like this before, didn't know what to do. And again, I always tell my agents, give me a call when you're in the house, I'm only gonna help you. So he gives me a call and he starts breaking it down. The first thing I do is I tell him to make sure he calls the insurance company and make sure that that is indeed a reduced paid up permanent policy. And the recording is going to pick up from there. So we're just going to keep on going with this. We are going to just play through with this, have you listen a little bit. I'm going to interject a few things here and there, okay? So here we go.
Reduced paid up is 100% active right now.
Yes. That's what I was hoping. That's why that letter confused me a little bit, but when you said that the policy expired, reduced paid up is always permanent. That's why I just needed you to verify that. Okay, so he's got 3,000, how much again?
$210.
$3,210. Okay, so Mr. Ken, all we need, and you're doing a traditional burial?
Yes.
Okay. Are you being laid to rest at a national cemetery?
No.
Okay. Private. Do you already own that property?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. So you've got the plot. Do you have anything else already taken care of, like the marker or the vault? Okay, good. So you got that already set up. So now all you need is just a little bit more money to take care of it, right?
Right. See, well, it was $8,000 or something for my wife. Mine is supposed to be basically the same.
Yes, sir.
Or, so if I got $3,200, then I only need $5,000.
Okay, so definitely needed to set this one up so that it didn't sting. I didn't want Tanner getting shocked at the price because again, he's a new agent. But I also didn't want to shock Mr. Ken. Okay, again, he had this policy, took this policy when he was 67 years young. And there's a difference in the premium, obviously, in 20 years. Now, fortunately, his health hadn't changed, or he's always been healthy. He's a service guy, he's in the military, but that premium was going to be bigger. He's 87 years old, so come on, it's going to be big. So I wanted to preface it a little bit with, listen, let me just set this up. When you got this policy back when you were 67, things are affordable. You are now 87 years old. And again, majority of the companies that are out here will only insure to either 80 or 85. So fortunately, we had two companies that would. I'm going to be very honest. I've very rarely come across this situation where we can help somebody that is in their mid to late 80s, because usually there's a lot of health issues. Okay. This gentleman was healthy. All right. So continue to play, but I wanted to let you know that I had to stop for a second. I'm setting it up because I wanted to take the sting off of delivery of the numbers because, I mean, I knew it was going to be a 3-digit premium, but I just didn't want to freak out him or Tanner. So I just wanted to do that again. So let's just keep on playing this now. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the stage ahead of time here because when you got that policy, you were 67 years young, right? You were a young guy. You're actually doing good now. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the cost of insurance does go up over time. Okay. The good news is that you got $3,200 locked in that you don't have to pay for anymore. Okay. That's gonna always be there. So what Tanner is gonna do is we're gonna plug in, and I'm gonna do it alongside with you here. $5,000. What was his date of birth again?
His date of birth?
9/11/36.
9/11. No kidding.
The day they bombed the towers.
I'm telling you, you are a true veteran. Wow, that is awesome. All right. And you said you were 5'10", 150?
Something like that.
155.
Roughly, you know.
And you're not a tobacco user, correct?
Well, I smoke a little bit. I get stressed out.
Yep, life happens, huh? No worries, no worries. And then you said a clean bill of health, so no lung issues, no COPD or anything like that?
No,
Any history of cancer?
no, I don't have nothing.
Nothing? No history of heart attacks or heart conditions?
No,
How about
no.
diabetes?
No,
Do you take any pills for anxiety or depression?
I don't take no pills at all.
That's right, you did say that. Okay, so let's just say that you come back, Mr. Ken, with a clean bill of health. Okay? Providing nothing else, I'm going to shoot in the middle. What are you looking at the same thing on your screen? Security National and Aetna? 2 Security National plans and 1 Aetna?
Yeah, 2 Security National, 1 Aetna, preferred, standard, preferred.
Okay, I'm going to play this safe in the middle. So, $5,000, Mr. Ken, of permanent whole life coverage. Day 1 coverage, immediate coverage. You don't have to wait 2 years, okay?
That's good.
And your monthly investment to protect your family comes in at $180.95. So, I need to know from you, is that something that is doable? All right, so guys, what I did was 2 companies popped up, Security National and Aetna. And the premiums were 3 digits, and I mean, they were good size. So something that I tried, and it ended up working out, was I wanted to take his temperature as far as affordability with the higher premium from Security National. They have 2 plans that he would qualify for, a premium and a standard. So I quoted the standard. Why? Because I wanted to see where his temperature was. I wanted to see if 180 was completely out there. But I also, again, I just set that number up there pretty high so that when I had to come down to something that was in the low 100s, it was a little bit more palatable. Okay. And it actually ended up working out. Not to mention, I went through just some of the medications, which I knew some of the connecting questions. And as far as his health goes, this guy was a healthy guy. He took no medications. And later on, of course, I did go through the health questions. And literally, this guy was a healthy 5'10", 155-pound, solid 87-year-old, which you just don't see. So again, I'm glad that I started out at 180 and then I worked down from there. I said, well, listen, if you do qualify for the preferred, that's going to give you this, which was more in his budget range. And then what we did next was we just honed it in to something that really fit. Okay, so I like how this is going. This just happened today, so it's pretty cool how it played out. Super nice guy, and it did end up working out.
Well, we paid $185 a month.
It's $180.95. Is that something that's affordable?
Not really.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty. And again, you know your budget. You know what you have to work with every month. I'm only looking at 2 insurance companies that showed up that will insure you, because the other 10 companies that I have, they stop insuring at age 85. So literally, Security National and Aetna are the 2 last insurance companies that we can work with. They're the only ones out there that'll take you at the ripe old age of 87, but they will take you. So there's a possibility that it might be a little bit less, but I wanted to quote something safe. The lowest that you can get with Security National is 157, and they would have to see that you have an absolute clean bill of health. You would have to come back preferred. But for $5,000, it would be 157.79. I had to remind him again. Ken, at 87 years old, literally 2 companies showed up. Okay, and this is what I call a dose of reality. You know, I understand affordability, and it has to be something that's affordable. I don't want to put him into a policy that he can't afford. But as we find out, making sure that his services are taken care of and that his son and daughter don't have to worry about anything, that's super important to him. So had to hit him with a dose of reality. And that dose of reality was, look, Ken, you're 87 years old. You are healthy, but there's only two companies out of everyone that I carry that's even going to look at you. All right. Now, if you do again qualify for the preferred, it's going to put you here. And we ended up, like I said, what we're doing is just really boxing in what is affordable to him. And in this next segment, we end up finding it. But every now and then, man, you have to say that hard thing. You got to give them that dose of reality, or else you're going to get these people that say, you know what, I'm going to go shop around. What are you going to shop? I have everything here in front of me. What do you think you're going to find out here? And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But I did have to hit them with a little bit of a dose of reality. And as it turns out, this is turning out. It's going to work. But is that something that's possible?
Well, it might be. I don't know. If I'd like to have lower if I can get it lower.
Well, the only other thing I can do is to drop that face amount. I'm going to see compare. I'm going to put in 4,000 and 4,500, okay? Let me just see where those come in. Because here's a little secret, Mr. Ken. When you pass away, I'm going to work with that funeral home that you talked to, and I'm going to make sure I get that price down as low as I can.
Well, my son and daughters is my
beneficiaries.
Yeah, well, they're beneficiaries. They're my what's it called?
Executors. Your executors.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So we are going to work with your son and your daughter. Okay. I'm going to help them get the best price on your services. And if I can get it down to $6,500 or $7,000, it's going to save you money. And you already have the cemetery part taken care of.
Right.
So, looking at this right now, and Tanner, if you could go to Security National Preferred and you go in to compare, you do 4,000, 4,500, and 5,000.
4,500.
Remember, 4,500, matching that to the 3,200 that you already have.
So how much would that be?
That's coming in. Do you have it in front of you, Tanner, so you can show them?
Yeah, I said 4,000, 45, and 5.
Yeah, tell me what you got.
126.91.
Yes, sir. 4. Turn that over to Mr. Ken and have him look at that and see if he can pick which one where it makes the most sense to him.
This is the value of the policy.
45.
And the number up here, this is the premium each month.
Okay, dollars. $36 or what is that?
Yeah, 126.
That's for 4,000. That's for 4,000. So that would give you a total of $7,200. If you went with the 45, that's going to give you a total of $7,700. But there's about a $20 difference between those two. Got to make sure it's something that you can do. That's the biggest thing. I want to make sure that it's affordable so that this money is there for your son and your daughter. So real quick, his concern was, is this going to be enough money? Guys, this is where the value story comes in. Reminding the customer, reminding the client that yes, we are going to be there for your son and your daughter. We're going to help them work with the funeral home. We're going to make sure that the pricing is in line. This is so important to do because he needed to know that I'm going to make sure that the money that we have is going to take care of things. And how do we do that? Yeah, we could use wholesale, merchandise, different things like that. And you just literally just talk to the funeral home, and none of them want to receive any outside merchandise or have a casket drop shipped to them. But I'm going to tell you, over the years, I've had a lot of experience with dealing with these funeral homes. And the one funeral home in, never forget this one, the one funeral home in Virginia Beach, the person passed away and the funeral home was playing hardball. And I instructed the son, I said, here's where to look, here's the price, hit him with the price and see what happens. And the funeral director didn't want to move. So guess what? Had an $1,100 casket, matched what he was trying to sell for $3,500, drop shipped to his place. Can't charge an unpacking fee, you have to take it. So I've been doing this quite a few years, and it's given me the confidence to know how to work with funeral directors and basically know how to confidently stretch the client's life insurance policy. Just different things you do. You never tell the funeral director how much insurance that the folks have. It's none of their business. just making sure that there's going to be a policy in place that's going to pay out. Has nothing to do with what you're going to charge. I need to know the price, and then we'll go from there. So that's what we did with this one. And again, just reminding Mr. Ken, we're going to be there for your family. This money is going to be stretched out. We'll make sure that it does work. And we're just honing it down into an area that is affordable. Another thing that just remind you guys of is whenever you do get a client that says, no, that's too much, you don't get combative. You just say, thank you. Thank you for being honest with me. Because this doesn't do you, your family, or us any good if you bite off more than you can chew. You know your budget better than I do. You tell us what is, but it's just giving him those options, doing the $500 incremental drops. And we ended up locking in on something that, when combined with his reduced paid up policy, did what he needed it to do. So we matched affordability with need, and this is what the outcome was. We're going to look at the last segment. So the $4,000 for the $126.91, is that something that you're comfortable with?
Yes.
Okay. And again, we don't need to get the money from you today. You said that, do you get your Social Security?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have that deposited into your credit union?
I have to deposit a credit union, yeah.
Okay. Is that on the 1st or on the 3rd?
The 3rd.
3rd. So we can set up your first draft, your first payment for the 3rd of June. Is that okay?
Okay.
So we don't need any money today. Just making sure you understand that. And then I can get your information over the phone for the application.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions at this point? So everything worked out with this one with Mr. Ken. And I've got to be honest with you. When Tanner called me and said that he was sitting in front of a gentleman, and as soon as he gave me the age, I'm guilty of this. My eyes rolled up in my head. I'm like, dude, why are you calling me on this? You know better than this. But no, he had a customer that was healthy. And that's the situations where we can help. If somebody is fairly healthy, then we have the carriers, because we are brokers. We have carriers that will definitely help out the clients. So once again, another post where we had an agent in a house call me for some help, tuned in, and was able to make something happen here. So this is what we do. This is how we get better. And again, Tanner, listening to how I interacted with Mr. Ken, is going to give him confidence that when he comes across that situation again, he's going to know what to say. And with this point of sale training method, I don't care how often they call me. I want you guys to call me, because two things happen. One, you get better. Two, the confidence of knowing that you've got somebody that has your back, even if you're having a brain fart for the day. And that happens sometimes. So I love it. We're going to keep playing around with a couple of these. Next week, I'm going to try to mix it up, do something a little bit different. Not sure what just yet. But again, if any of the training that we're doing is helpful to you, because again, this is real world. This literally happened a few hours ago. And then here I am just video and reporting to you guys about it. But this is real world stuff, man. This is what we deal with every day out here in the field. So any questions or comments that you guys have, please do comment. Leave some comments below. Of course, subscribe. Definitely need the support. And if there's anything that you do want to see, again, don't be shy. Let me know. And if you want to be featured on one of these, I would be more than happy. Call me up and we'll run through this thing together and see how it plays out. Training and practice drill rehearsing is how we get better. And that's what we're here for, guys. So put it into action. Let me know how it goes. And you guys have a great week this week. All right. Thank you.